On an adventure of epic proportions, Torbjon Pedersen is on a mission described by some as insane. He hopes to be the first person who would have traveled the world in a single unbroken journey without flying. He has so far visited over 100 countries, South Africa being one of them. Some see this as scary and insane, but to him it is exciting and less scary. Pedersen says he aims to make history and inspire people.
When I left home, I thought that I could show pictures of the world and that people would be inspired to go to new countries. And this is also the case for many people. But what I didn't realize when I left home was that when people follow this project, they see how I battle with certain borders I need to cross, and bureaucracy, and some places corruption, and I never give up. I keep going. I keep banging my head against the wall until the wall breaks. And I think that this inspires a lot of people to say that if I can overcome my difficulties with this, then perhaps they can overcome their difficulties. They can apply to the university they wanted to go to.
Pedersen says safety is an integral part of the journey. While he's had to go through rugged terrains, stormy seas and war-torn countries, he finds that people are always there for him.
I had to cross the North Atlantic in the winter time without flying, which meant I had to go across the North Atlantic with different ships and boats. And there's lots of ice up there, and the waves, the sea gets rowdy, and I thought we were going to sink a few times. But the crew was experienced, and they laughed at me, and they said they'd seen worse, and we made it across. From Venezuela in South America, I had to come to the Caribbean islands, and I did this with a complete stranger who could have pushed me in the water and taken all my belongings. But he didn't do so, and we ended up becoming friends after the journey. But I really didn't have any guarantee of this, and these stories do appear in this part of the world, or in that part of the world. In this continent, here in Africa, recently I found myself in the jungle in the southern part of Cameroon. It was, I say recently, this was actually New Year's Eve. And a lot of people were drunk, including these 3 military officers or immigration officers which I met. And there was no help in sight. This was 4 o'clock in the morning, and there was no saying what could have happened to me. And they gave me a very hard time, and I did fear for quite a while. But after about 45 minutes, they released me and let me go, and I could continue the journey.
So far, he's used every mode of transportation available. These include horses, bicycles, minibus taxis and trucks. Pedersen hopes to complete his unbroken journey in 2018.